welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca. Happy 28th of June. Everybody, I hope you are having a wonderful day. Things have been a little bit different here today. So you may have heard me discuss over the last couple of days how I was expecting a big delivery next week sometime, and I was going to take this week a little bit easier with the heat, and yeah, just have a little bit more of a relaxing week before it went full force. Well, DPD turned up at my door today. I've had a tracking number for the delivery, for DPD, part of the delivery. However, that isn't meant to update until we get to, sorry, hang on. I'm going to use this as an AB pen because it's got putty in it, and I'm going to use this multi-placer as well. So I was just trying to get myself sorted. Yeah. So I have a DPD tracking number for when it sort of got to the UK part to determine when it would come to me, which I actually checked this morning and it still said the same. It had no information, but I had information about where it was on its journey, and was advised that it was due to hit UK Customs today, Friday the 28th, and therefore be with me at some point next week. Well, yeah, it turned up today. So my day has been a lot busier than I thought, which is all good. It's all good. It's been exciting in a different kind of way. So yeah. The rest of the Advent items have all arrived. So I think I'm going to work primarily on, I've got a few different things. So I've got some stock items as well, which I've put a little sneak peek in the Facebook group. And of course I will spill more over here as I get stuff prepared. But yeah, I am very excited at some of the things that have arrived. Can't wait to be able to share them with you all. But yeah, busy few days. So I think tomorrow, well, it's going to be a busy weekend anyway. We need to do a stock take, which is entertaining all in itself. So yeah, we need to do that this weekend, and we also, yeah, there's a few bits that we need to sort out for upcoming things, and of course now these new items have arrived and we can begin to pack Advent, which is going to be a slow and steady process, I think, over the next few months. And I think once pre-orders go up, we potentially will start shipping soon after. So it will be a long process. So even if you order on day one, it still may take a month for yours to ship, going by how quick they were selling last year. It still could take a month for me to get to your order, to actually get it packed, because last year we decided to, well, the plan was to not ship until September and just to get them all ready. But they take up a lot of space. They take up a lot of space now, but they take up even more space when they're packed. And the postie doesn't quite know what's hit him either, when they all get packed. He doesn't quite know what to do with the multitude of bags that I pass to him. So I think we might start shipping sooner, but spread over more of a time. So we can, take it at a little bit of more of a steady pace than a full-blown pace. But yeah, I'm very excited to start thinking about getting some in boxes. So I'm hoping to get one with everything in its box and ready over this weekend, so that I can have a nice and up-to-date photograph for the listing. And the new items. So the new items, I want to, of course, be able to work on those as well and get those all ready so that they can go up on the website. Hopefully for the next launch. Photos is going to be the worst thing. I think the photos is going to take me a good couple of days to get through. The amount of variants of this item that have turned up. So yeah, my day turned into a very eventful one. How are yours going? Are you having a little bit more relaxing June, like I was initially planning on, or are you full steam ahead, like I now am, though excited, full steam ahead? Anyway, let me know how your June is going, has gone. We are very close to the end of Advent. Not Advent, June Waffle. See, brain. So many Advent goodies have arrived. That's all my brain has thought about today. So, yeah, hopefully, you can enjoy the rest of June Waffle. I know I will be. I'm very excited to finish this painting, but I'm also kind of sad, because it is my sort of, I suppose, forced me time in a way, in a nice way. It makes me focus on getting a bit of me time. So I think I'm just going to have to focus in a different way. I was planning on doing some quilting today on sort of my relaxing week. But even though I had in my head that it wouldn't arrive until next week, that doesn't mean I can stop myself doing anything, even though it's turned up now. Because I know, like, I even said it to myself. I said, well, you weren't expecting it till next week, so pretend it's not here till next week. Nope, can't do that. Too excited. Actually, too excited, and want to be working lots on it, and want to be able to start putting Advent boxes and things together. I absolutely love it. It might get a bit tiring when I get a couple of months in, but it's definitely very exciting at the beginning, seeing the whole year's planning all coming together. So yeah, it's going to be mad but exciting few days. Well, few weeks probably in the Warby house. Yeah, wrote Megan into a few different things and getting a few different things ready for me. It is actually also Lewis's birthday tomorrow. He is at work tomorrow day. He doesn't mind it so much, whereas as soon as holiday allowances or holidays calendar used to open up at work for me, the first thing I would do would book my birthday off and the kids' birthdays off straight away. If there was no other holidays planned, then they would get sorted out later on. But those birthday requests went straight in mine, so that I just didn't have to work on my birthday. Whereas now I have zero problem working on my birthday. And the kids, so that I could just be there for them. But he's all at work all day tomorrow, so I'll make sure that I finish early enough to spend however much of the evening he wants his mum to spend with him. But I get to play with all the pretty things tomorrow. I've actually been doing it a bit before I've come in to do this waffle. I think I've got myself first part of a little system set up to deal with everything. But I think, as I've mentioned in this waffle, there's been, you know, a few things that sort of need doing to finish off the Advent, but then I'd need something else to check and trying to sort of do it. And even things like packing one Advent completely so that I could get photos and things. Like, I could have potentially used other items and popped them in the bags because the picture doesn't show you what's in them. So to you guys, it wouldn't really have made a huge difference. But to me, I'd have known the photo wasn't quite right. So I'm very excited that we now have everything here that I can pop a set into bags. And get some photos that are true to life, and actually sort of put everything together and make sure all the finishing little touches are done and dusted. Anyway, I definitely feel like I'm rambling today. It is quite late in the evening. It's been a whole lot cooler today, which is good because I've had a lug. I unpacked quite a few boxes and transported stuff to the shop, and then hubby actually got his trolley out of his van and dealt with the bigger boxes for me, which was bliss. But yeah, there has been a lot of carting back and to today, but it's been a lot cooler. The wind has been up today quite a bit, so that's made things a lot better heat-wise. And yeah, I'm not cooking today, I'm just buzzing on excitement instead. So apologies if I'm a little bit all over the place. Anyway, let's go on to comments, questions, etc. Before I do, don't forget, if you haven't already heard, the June giveaway is open. I haven't yet put the list of items. I've been distracted by shiny things that have arrived today. But I will pop that on my this weekend list to sort of get things finalised for end of June, beginning of July. So I will pop that on my list to do. But yeah, if you want to enter the giveaway, if you go to our website addmorezest.com, there is a link to it in the description below. There's also a link that pops up on the screen at the end of this video, and go to the tab titled giveaway. It'll ask you for a password. Pop in the password, which is summer in all lowercase, and just follow the instructions on screen and read it on screen. It is open worldwide. There is no cost to you involved. And yeah, we'll pick winners at some point in July. Well, Megan will pick the winners. I'll contact the winners. So check your emails at the beginning of July. So, Shark and Diamonds, she says, hello, Rebecca. She says she understands how I feel about the water situation. She said a couple of weeks back, she says the hot water heater went out in her apartment building. 9 days without hot water before they finally fixed it. See, I'd be boiling the kettle and doing boiling hot water in the bath with cold water until it cooled down. I couldn't go 9 days without my bath. She says, needless to say, she said she wasn't happy. She said cold baths are no fun. No, they're supposed to be good for you, which is probably why they're not fun. She said after the first couple of days though, she said she finally figured out a strategy to deal with the extremely cold water. She said thank goodness it was finally fixed, and she is back to warm showers now. Yes, 9 days is quite a long time for them to fix having no hot water. Liv, she says, oh heck, she says that doesn't sound good. She hopes that we have it sorted all eventually. She also says there is a Dreamer Designs canvas she's had her eye on for a while. She said, and it's coming, and it's come back in stock. She says she's best not to purchase as she needs to watch the spondulets. Spondulets? Is that watch your pennies? Is that what that one is? I'm not familiar with that phrase. She also says her work is changing rapidly, and she is also picking up bits and bobs. She says, but she tries to keep calm as she's had to take some mental health time off. She says she's far too pedantic and loves to do a good job. Yes, I do get that. Sometimes I do have to take a step back sometimes and go, right, okay, this is the standard I want it done at, that's fine, but to do that I need to rearrange how I do this, that or the other, and take a breather, and then sometimes I can make it work. Right, I'm just getting another colour, or topping up another colour. We've got quite a lot of this one in this space. This is sort of the sky part. Actually, I'm going to do a little switch though, and I'm going to do this dot first. And the main reason is there is one up here. And if I do all of that symbol V and fill all of that in, I am then going to completely ignore the fact that there is just one of them up in that corner. So if I do the whole lot now, I've got a new glue dot in my pen. If I do a whole lot of them now, then it shouldn't be an issue. And I'll probably just completely miss something else instead. Like this stripe here. No, hopefully I won't. I'm sure you guys will remind me if I do. Paula, she says, hi Rebecca. She says, you're definitely having a week of it. Oh yes, it just keeps rolling in this house. Rolling. It's all good. It's all good. She says, hope you got the water problem sorted. She says, what a way for the new neighbours to introduce themselves. Yes, or not, as the case may be. Not seen them yet. She says, their late fur baby, a Cavalier King Charles, always came back from the groomers smelling lovely. And groomer always backcombed and fluffed up his tail. It's always good when you get a groomer that can give your dog a wash and a trim, and they can come home looking exactly like you want them to. Luna's been to her groomers since she was a pup. She says she doesn't diamond paint in sections, she says, but she's been working on a Marvel Diamond Art Club canvas this month. She says doing a little bit each day, plus working on some large stickers for a 30 items in 30 days event for June as well. Well, that'd definitely keep you busy. Lots of things to do. But then again, there are many that are doing a canvas for June Waffle and then still working on another project on the side. In fact, some people have actually got quite a decent number of canvases done in June, which is surprising, especially when the heat kicks up. because quite a few places seem to have had, you know, not so much a full-on heat wave. I don't think it's classed as a full-on heat wave. It's not hitting like the 30 degrees it was the other year. Hang on, I just need to trim this glue dot because it's giving me more trouble than it's actually helping me. Say I put a new one in and it's sticking out of the pen tip a little bit, and I think it's not priming properly because of it. So let me just attack that. That's a bit flatter. Let's see if we can prime this one properly now. What was I saying? Yes, quite a few people, I think, have got quite a few completed in June. I think that's what I was saying. No? Was I saying something else? I don't know anymore. Can you tell my brain is all over the place today? Anybody that is used to watching my waffles? I feel like my brain is half here on this diamond painting and half on pretty shiny things. And things that I want to get done / things that I have to get done, and trying to get that nice balance of things, so that I can get the stuff that needs doing done, as well as messing with the pretty things that I want to do. Yeah, and of course trying not to talk about it too much because I don't want to give anything away about potential Advent things that were in that delivery, because that's some of the things I'm very excited to mess about with. Oh dear. Diamond painting with the Edwards, she says, oh my goodness, she says, water chaos. She says, hopefully it'll all be fixed. She is recovering from food poisoning. Ooh, not nice. I like the fact you said recovering. I don't like the fact that you've had to deal with it in the first place. She says she's so very tired. She said it's 3 p.m. and she is still not out of bed. She said she is having a big me time day. When you're not well, that is exactly what you need. It really is. COVID has sort of done the rounds in our house over the past week. Some of us, it's just caused us to be a bit ill. I don't know whether I've had it fully. We've not had tests for me to be able to test. I definitely haven't had it the same way I did the first time. That gave me full-on flu-like symptoms and had me run down for ages. However, I do feel like, especially in my voice, I've had a bit of something. It knocked Megan out for a day. It knocked Lewis out for a day. Then Lewis was straight back at it. Megan pretty much was as well. Caris was a bit under the weather with hers, but didn't particularly knock her out. But it takes a lot for Caris to be ill enough to be off work, in bed all day type knockout. It takes a lot for that to happen to Caris. If that happens to Caris, she's not well. Yeah, so it just seems to have hit a few of us, but in slightly different ways, or a slightly milder way anyway. Christine, she said, hi Rebecca and Zesties. She says she's playing catch up today, which was on the 12th. She says as on the 11th she had her surgery. Well, sounds like everything went well, Christine. She said the surgeon went in as planned, but found out that the stone, she said, which her daughter calls a rock, as it was 3.5 centimetres round, which she said was very hard. And after 15 to 30 minutes, the surgeon had only removed 30%. So she says, so back to the waiting game. Next time they will be piercing the kidney and taking the whole stone out. Ooh. She says your whip and waffle, she said, is a godsend. She loves hearing my little stories and giggles. Do you love hearing my randomness as well, Christine? When my brain is not all fully there, that's what I am experiencing today. My brain is half here and half in the shop. If you see my hand move, I'm stroking pretty things. No, I'm joking. She says she would so like to be doing the actual diamond painting right now. She says, but your waffle is the next best thing. Well, you need to be resting and relaxing and taking time out to be able to heal properly. You can plan though. Planning is good, especially hobby-wise. Planning, reading about it, maybe browsing, wish list if you're allowed a wish list. Bit of browsing's always good when it comes to exciting things to do for your hobbies when you can't do the hobby itself. That's always a good thing to do. I know I was doing that, I mean, more so with quilting, but I was doing a bit of that some evenings when I was just too exhausted to think about doing, you know, physically doing anything. Browsing and looking into things and watching tip and tricks videos and things like that were a nice respite. Sort of felt like I was doing my hobby while not actually having to put the full energy level into it. Sarah, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she's sorry to hear about the annoying adventure you're having with the water. She says, but she is impressed with how quick the company came out to look at it for you. She says, but she hopes that they actually get the issue fixed correctly next time. Yes, they re-tarmacked over the original hole and then promptly dug it back up again. But yeah, the guy who came out this last time, oh, he was absolutely fantastic. He really, really was. He already said from the minute he came to the door, he said he was planning on getting it sorted tomorrow as a priority because it had dragged out for so long, though it had been a week or just over a week of low pressure, not no water. They fixed the no water within a couple of hours. But yeah, even so, it was like, it's been low pressure for quite a while. We'll get it sorted for you. It'll be sorted tomorrow. And then when he actually saw the low pressure, he went, nah, this is getting fixed tonight. And it was. He even called the next day to confirm that everything was up and working and fixed and running as it should. So I can't fault the water company on it. Though the neighbour, I don't think they'll be coming round to a picnic. She says she hopes that I was able to take an extra little bit of me time. I definitely did last weekend. I think I had a full-on quilting weekend last weekend. She says, after all that annoyance, she says, thanks for pushing to get this waffle out on time. And thanks for all that you do for the zesties. Oh, you are so welcome. There has been a couple of waffles that have been a little bit late. Waffle's been full of adventures this year. We've had a couple that were late. We had one, well, in fact, it's still up, upside down. I then had one that was, of course, 2 parts, just when sort of when my camera saves the feed. That was back to front. So you got the last part of the video before the first part. Yeah, that one has been fixed. I still had all the footage and everything still on my computer because it was a late late going up rush one. So I fixed that one yesterday, and that got re-uploaded. So anybody who was watching it a bit late, say late, it's not late. You can watch it when you want to watch it. But a few hours after it had gone up, would have got it in the correct order. Because it makes more sense for it to be in the right order. But yeah, it's definitely been the month for it. Look at that, proper used up some of those. I've got one little diamond, oh no, two. They're stuck together. Two stuck together diamonds left. We'll see, I will probably need that one for tomorrow, so we'll fill that up then. Though, I'm going to need some more of this one. 3688. Where are you? I can't see it for looking. There it is. Let's get this one in the tray. Dana, she says, hello Rebecca. She said she hopes all is well. She says she is she's on day 5 or 6. She says, but she had to come over to the latest date to see if I had noticed that Diamond Art Club now have mini sets. She says she's behind on my videos. She says, so she's not sure where I'm up to on reading posts. Behind is the answer to that one, Dana. She says, so she skipped up to the 11th. Well, I am still reading posts out in the order that they were placed, because that's how it does show it to me on YouTube, in the order that they were done. Rather than, yeah, so the date they were posted, it shows me in that order. She says she's on her way back over. She says, but she thought it was interesting, the Diamond Art Club minis. Yes, I have seen them. Somebody did ask my thoughts on them in the post, in a post on the group. And to be fair, I am still a paint gem lover. I will be sticking to the paint gem mini sets. I know that the Diamond Art Club ones, I think they all have what they call fairy dust drills, that I call diamond dust drills. It has those on it, but I don't like the border. That's the one thing that it just doesn't suit, in my opinion. And I know everybody's style is different, but I don't like the border. I would much prefer it to be plain white with the design, and then people can choose to add a border, either by a frame or by a mount or by washi tape. But yeah, I don't like the borders. On some of them, the border is pretty much touching the painting, and that's just not pleasing to my eye. So I don't think, for the price, I never say never. There may be a set that I'm like, that's absolutely stunning, and I find the border works with it, or they ditch the border, and I decide that there's a particular set that I'd really like to do. But at the moment, no, I'm still a paint gem girl. And I kind of feel like the mini paintings is Paint Gem's thing. To be honest, I feel like, you know, that is their thing. They do it extremely well. They keep coming up with different design ideas, which a lot of the time amazes me, because it's not always easy working with a small design compared to working with a big one. It's actually easier to finesse a big design than it is to figure out a small one. So I think yeah, I just think they do it really well. So I'm going to be sticking with my Paint Gem minis, personally. Matthews Kellens says, hey Rebecca, says, first of all, greetings from Belgium. Greetings from England to Belgium. Said they love my diamond painting June whip and waffle. They are making a very cute koala, which is 50 by 50, and started 29th of May, and it's almost done. Keep doing what you do, and blessings. Oh, thank you so much. Dana, she says, hello, Rebecca. She says she's thinking long term about getting a 3D printer. Possibly a year out, at least a year out. She said, would you mind telling me what kind of printer that you have? Said they'd not feel bad if you don't. They have subscribed to some 3D printer channels, and I've almost made up my mind. Said, but if you don't mind, the printer you love the most and why. She says if she wins the lottery, it would move to the top of her list, to a top 10 list, but she needs to play the lottery also. Well, you do kind of need to play it to win it, but you know, a lot of the lottery is about dreaming, isn't it? Even that, if that involves dreaming, actually playing it in the first place. Our primary printers, because we do have at least one sort of second, we've still got one of our older printers, because every printer has a very slight difference, and you're talking fractions of a millimetre difference in how it may print a tray on one printer compared to another, like fractions of a millimetre. But we do still have one of our old Ender printers, because it actually prints a stopper in a perfect size for some of the trays that print, and then our normal printers print exactly the same file, exactly the same stopper in a slightly different size. So between the two, we actually figure out which one will fit best. If you get an extra stopper from our shop, you get the slightly bigger one of the two, because it can just be, the corners can be filed down to fit. But our primary printers are Bamboo Lab printers. And I think any of them will give you the same sort of results. But yeah, we love them. Absolutely love them. They have enabled us to speed up our production of printing, and one of those printers replaces two of our old ones. Well, actually nearly three of our old ones, time-wise, though we have also increased the amount of printers that we have over time as we get busier and busier. We're forever adding printers. But yes, Bamboo. Absolutely love our Bamboo printers. I think they have a new, cheaper version out, the A1. We have the P1S. But yeah, I think they now have like a cheaper version of their printers, which as far as I know, there's been good reviews on. But you just would need to look at those reviews, because I can't tell you how good they are or aren't. If we ever bought any more, we would stick with what we have, which is their middle range one, because the higher fancier one just does stuff that we don't need it to do. So yeah, we have lots of Bamboo printers. It's our little party going on in the shop. But anyway, that is today's section done. I've got myself lined up ready for tomorrow. 2 more days to go, everybody. How are you all doing with your paintings? I know I'm not going to get to answering the questions until future waffles. But yeah, if you've got any burning outstanding questions, do pop them in the comments. And we will be having some longer whip and waffles in July. I've just spotted it, then lost it. That looks like a little piece of material has probably got caught. Yeah, that looks like a bit of my cotton thread. Quilting meet diamond painting. Anyway, I pulled it off. Yeah, do let me know any questions or anything that you do have in the comments down below. We'll have some fatter whip and waffles over July, provided we don't end up with another heat wave. It may depend on the heat, but for the next few days, it's more of a normal British summer. So we should all be good to get June waffle at least finished. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again tomorrow.